Ready to do this?
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Justine with Debt Free Millennials, and welcome back to another session of Beers and Budgeting. All right, so what do we have today for our craft beer of choice?
Craft beer of choice today is Karl Strauss Red Trolley Ale. We've been doing a lot of stouts lately for our beers and budgeting. So today we're going to go back to something a little bit lighter. It's a delicious beer. Obviously it's a red ale, but it's located right here in San Diego.
Perfect. Let's crack them open.
Deal. What are you going to use to keep it cold?
I think I'm going to use my Debt Kickin' a Dream Living koozie.
Boom. Debt-free Millennials koozies.
These are awesome.
Swag's always fun.
Keeps the beer cold and keeps my eye on the prize.
Keychain.
Did you
good.
use that keychain to open the beers?
I used it on one of them.
Well, in any case, we are ready to roll. So I'm going to go ahead and get our screen going.
There we
Cheers.
go.
Alrighty then.
Oh boy.
Let's take a look at June. We barely got by the skin of our teeth.
Oh boy. Okay.
Alright, so Jeweler's Insurance was kind of a wild card. I know you usually pay that, but I hadn't really factored it into the budget.
Yeah.
So for July, I added another column over here so that we can start saving for it on a monthly basis, and it comes out to $8 a month.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was kind of an unexpected expense for July. Gas, this is the second month, or is this the third month in a row that we went over budget on gas? Or we filled up twice instead of once?
Well, I don't remember, but you've had to go to Carlsbad twice this month, which isn't a quick trip for us. So it's definitely using a lot more gas.
Yeah, so we may have to factor in a little bit more money for that, and because I'm using the car to travel a little bit more for work, that is deductible on my business expenses.
Okay.
So there you go. All right. Going down to restaurants and fun, we stayed just under budget. Shopping, we went way over.
Is it because we bought all those pots?
Yep. We went to Lowe's. We found these awesome gardening pots from Rite Aid of all places.
Friday night we were drinking beer and I was like, I gotta go get an anniversary card. And so we walked across the street from the bar. And we were in the Rite Aid looking, and we found pots that were super cheap, like actual ceramic pots. I don't know why I'm so excited about ceramic pots. They sound old, but
Hashtag
gardening's
adulting.
fun. So
Gardening is really fun.
it is fun.
And they were 50% off, so I'm always in for a good deal.
Yeah.
So that was part of the expenses, and then a couple of things on Amazon, and that really, and we went to Armstrong's, the nursery, and bought more plants and more soil.
Okay.
So I think gardening expenses really chewed up the shopping budget.
Okay. So no more plants for a while.
Right. Okay. Gifts, you'll notice, is a little bit more than what we allotted for, and that's because we decided to open a 529 plan for our new nephew.
Baby Brooks.
So if you take that out and I have an error, of course, delete it. There we go. Then we spent about $32 on Father's Day gifts, but the $250 was kind of from our reserves. We have somewhat of a cushion in our checking account, so
Yeah.
I don't know how you wanted to view that, as part of our budget or part of just from our savings.
Let's just keep it in the budget so we're able to track it.
Okay. Now, it also had your business expenses here, and this time it was books. And I think you had some boots and whatnot.
Oh,
Are
this cost me $3. But yeah, the books were definitely pricey.
All right, so the next one, I went over my clothing budget. So I will put red here. This is mainly because I bought really nice hiking shoes to go hiking in Montana.
Did you spend any money last month?
Let's take a look. I think I did. Yeah. $17.45.
Okay.
So that really only leaves me with a little over 32 something.
Okay.
$32 to add to it.
Yeah, this is where we need to put those running totals in.
For clothing?
Yeah, it's like what we budgeted each month, and then what the running tab is for the year.
Okay, so you want to carry over any money that we didn't spend in those categories into like a running total.
Yeah, it'll just be easier to see what we've done on the year, or how we've done on the year.
Okay. And then we started adding to the treat yourself budget. That's where we're doing that big fancy day with the massages and whatever we want. Anything that requires relaxing
I'm looking forward to that.
and laying back. That'll be awesome. All right, then we had our savings and vacation expenses. So this past month, we went to New York City.
Wow, it was cool.
That place is mind-blowing. If you've never been to New York City, I highly recommend it. It was an amazing trip filled with culture, food, and a lot of fun. I'm gonna take another drink because we're about to get into some really interesting things right now.
Uh-oh. I see a lot of very large totals. Okay, those are retirement, down payment. All right.
Last month, we had decided to add a running total column for all of our savings accounts to give us an idea very quickly while we're doing our beers and budgeting meetings from exactly what we have in our savings account and what we're putting towards it each month. For savings, starting with vacation, we had $1,000 in vacation expenses that included 4 different flights actually. And then our New York City expenses, which came out to $875.
That's actually not bad.
I was a little scared, to be honest. We were there for 6 days-ish.
Yeah. That's great for 6 days.
You think?
I think so. 150 so bucks a day. Does that include the hotel room?
No. No, because the hotel room was counted for the May vacation budget.
Oh, okay.
But this is everything that we spent. It did include a 9/11 museum, which was really humbling. And there was also a trip up to the top of the Empire State Building, which was over $100 to do.
That was more like, that was your parents' birthday gift to me, though. So I don't.
Yeah, so I actually deducted $100 from the actual expenses because without that, as a birthday gift, it would have been $975.
Okay.
And then tons and tons of restaurants, tons and tons of drinks. I'm sure you could do New York City on a smaller budget, so let me know in the comments if you've ever done NYC for less than that amount for about 4 or 5 days, 6 days. Let me know. Would love to know your travel hacks.
But our total budget is still $6,200.
So
What's left in our vacation budget?
all right, so let's do the math here. We have New York City expenses plus the vacation expenses that we purchased the tickets, flights and things like that for June. That is $1,893. So then we got to take this, that's what's currently in our vacation account, minus what we spent for the month, and now we have $4,300.
Okay. And we're contributing $400 a month.
Right, but we didn't contribute anything for the month just yet. I did not transfer any of the vacation funds over. That's why it's blank. And I'll get to that in a second because we barely got by the skin of our teeth, like I said earlier. All right. Then we had the down payment, my retirement funds, and then I added the running totals for each of those accounts. And I didn't know the Acorn total since you manage that. So we could go ahead and take a look at that.
$477.92. It's been a rough month in the market. I have actually lost money in Acorns.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, so the next steps for July is we need to transfer $18.93 from the vacation fund back into our checking, basically pay ourselves back out of the vacation fund for the money that we spent in New York City and booking the flights. And then we need to figure out whether or not we are going to be contributing to the vacation fund this month. And I say that because we are actually negative $149 in the hole. Now, we did put money aside for the 529 plan, and then all of these extra things we just put money aside for as well. So it's not really money spent, it's money saved. Things like insurance, tags, registration, etc. So what do you want to do?
Well, we could just put $350 in for the down payment instead. To cover the $150 left over.
Oh, I'm not worried about that because we have cushion in our checking account to cover the negative 149.
Okay.
That's okay.
All right, but when you say cushion, is this emergency fund? Is this
No.
just extra?
This is just extra in our checking.
Okay.
So I like to have a little bit of cushion in my checking account to cover the fluctuation between when rent gets taken out, when we pay our credit card bills, and then when we actually spend on expenses. So when things get deducted from the checking account and then added back in with our paychecks, I like to have a cushion so that there's a little bit of wiggle room during those times.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha, laddie.
Yes, so my question to you is, do we contribute $400 from our cushion, from our checking cushion into the vacation fund?
Yes.
Okay,
As long as we have it,
we do.
then yes.
Okay, $400 back over into the vacation fund. And this time around, we are going to use it for some upcoming trips, which are going to rock my socks.
Off? Or just
Potentially. Potentially off. Now, don't get crazy. Okay, now for July. What do we got going on in July that we need to be mindful of? We are going on a trip to Montana. We are doing a trip to the Midwest.
back home?
And that's it. I think this was a relatively quick and easy budget meeting this time around. So we recognized the areas where we overspent. We know where we can pick back up on other things and just be really mindful going into July that we do have 2 upcoming trips that we are going to use more from the vacation fund.
Well, we need to set up our running tab and our total for the year.
Set up the running tabs.
I thought we were going to break out liquor into its own category, like liquor and beer.
Oh shoot, I never did. I will do that for July right now. And this is why we do these videos, to hold me accountable. Alright. We're going to add liquor as its own category, and then how much do we think we're going to put towards alcohol?
I don't know, $50?
$50, and then we'll subtract from there, $4.50. Cool. I like it.
I like it.
All right, so I think that was a really successful beers and budgeting meeting. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Awesome. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and click to subscribe. And then also, if you're interested in beers and budgeting and how we get it all done, check out the budget coaching options on debtfreemillennials.com. We can work together either on beers and budgeting for one, if you're fiercely independent, you're doing things on your own, or if you're a couple who is just navigating the financial conversations between you and your partner. Check out beers and budgeting for two, and we'll catch you in the next video.
See ya.
Bye.